home as a board meeting.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We will move into our consensus agenda.
So move we approve the vouchers for last month. They total $622,913.58. We had two payrolls. They totaled $552,051.93 for total expenditures of the month of $1,174,965.51. I would also move we approve the minutes from our last meeting.
Second.
The move by Steve, second by Kevin. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion passes 4-0. Seeing no patrons present, we will move on to personnel.
All right, starting with ECA contracts, I'd make the recommendation to approve Matt Arbison as the junior high baseball coach. That previously was approved as a shared position, but he's going to go ahead and take that himself.
So moved.
Second.
The move by Steve, second by Wes. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion passes 4-0.
I recommend the approval of Zach Cook as a volunteer 5th grade boys basketball coach.
So moved.
That was
Is that already taken place?
Past year,
Pass here.
probably.
That is a really good question. I kind of wondered, I assumed,
I'm
or
thinking so.
yeah, I think it was left off of the list of those, so yes.
I'll move we approve him as a 5th grade basketball
I
coach.
already did.
Been moved by Kevin, seconded by
For
Wes.
as many years as he wants.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion passes 4-0.
All right, the next three are supervisors of said sports, so I'd recommend the approval of Justina Faulkner as a weight room supervisor, Paul Williams is a junior high baseball supervisor, and Diane Murphy is the junior high softball supervisor.
Move we approve those as presented.
Second.
The move by Steve, second by Kevin. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion passes 4-0.
For classified staff, I'd like to recommend the approval of the medical leave for Marsha Paul, who will be having surgery today.
So moved. Second.
The move by Kevin, seconded by Steve. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion passes 4-0.
So we talked a little bit about summer school. Obviously, we've approved having that as we have in the past. And so these are the individuals that will be working that as recommended by Mrs. Cook. So I recommend the approval of summer school instructional assistants, Jonna Snyder, Beth Linville, Lisa Kreft, and Michaela Odell.
Move we approve those people as instructional assistants for our summer school.
Second.
The move by Steve, second by Wes. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion passes 4-0.
And certified staff, same thing with summer school. I recommend the approval of summer school teachers Kurt Kreft, Diane Murphy, Emily McQuaid, Adam Heckerman, Victoria Hughes, and Lisa Andrews, and Nate McCann,
So moved.
who gets 2 days for the assessment that are given for summer school, right? That's what's, yeah.
Second.
The move by Kevin, seconded by Steve. Any other discussion? Motion, or all in favor? Motion passes 4-0.
And the last one here is bittersweet for me and all of us. I'd like to recommend the approval of elementary principal
She's smiling.
Mrs.
So
Cook.
happy over there.
Ready to get out of here.
Bittersweet for me too.
Yeah, absolutely. So retirement, Mrs. Cook's retirement, effective the end of the 24-25 school year. 26 and a half years of dedicated service. Not only just a tremendous colleague, but has been a safe space for a lot of people at Triton Elementary School and a dear friend. We love you. You're going to be missed. But I'm so excited for her and the endeavors she has and wanting to just spend more time with her grandkids. And I tell her often, Mr. Cook always explained to me, you got 2 more years, Jeremy. You got 2 more years. So we got probably 3 more years than we should have, and I've enjoyed every one of those, and I just thank you so much. So I recommend that approval for retirement.
Can we just not?
I don't know that's going to get you very far.
I don't know.
But you're not coming back
You're
next
gonna,
year,
you're
right?
gonna keep
I don't
showing,
know.
you're gonna keep showing up?
I suppose, I don't know.
I'm gonna guess your grandkids probably would rather that not happen.
I think they're excited.
I move that we approve Christine's resignation at the end of this school year.
I will second it. Congratulations to you.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
And thank you for your years of service.
Thanks. Triton's been good to me in many ways.
Great.
You've been good for Triton.
It's been moved by Steve, seconded by Wes. Any other discussion? All in favor? Motion passes 4-0. Thank you.
I miss our data meetings.
Do you?
Dude,
We can have one if we want.
candy, pile of candy you give us?
See, that's what you miss. It's not the data meetings, it's the candy. All right, moving on to other business.
All right, I recommend the approval of the second reading and adopt corporation policy special update for June of 2024.
So moved.
Second?
It's been moved by Kevin, seconded by Wes. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion passes 4-0.
I do not recall doing this in the past. I had a conversation with Laura about this, but recommend the approval of the corporation golf fundraiser. Has that always been done by itself in the past, or has that not come through Mindy's list of?
I thought it was on Mindy's list.
I did too, but just in case it was not, I'm gonna go ahead and recommend that. That's May 10th, I think, so it's coming up here soon.
Yeah, I move we approve that fundraiser as presented.
And this is just the scramble, right?
Mhm.
I'll second.
All right. It's been moved by Steve, seconded by Wes. Any other discussion? All in favor? Motion passes 4-0.
As some of you are aware, or I guess all of you, because we've had conversations about this, we are in the midst of trying to wrap up some textbook adoption, what the future is going to look like for some of our curriculum, and one of those is the Spanish curriculum from Vista that I would recommend we adopt.
So moved. Second.
Been moved by Kevin, seconded by Steve. Any other discussion? All in favor? Motion passes 4-0.
The next two items are, I believe, in the bond, if I'm not mistaken, Tom, the wrestling mat and the rack. So that was included in the recommendations for the bond that we are currently in. So recommend the purchasing of a wrestling mat rack from TW Promotions, and also purchasing a wrestling mat from Res Light.
Is that mat gonna be compatible with that rack?
Yes, that is a combo.
Good question.
I'll move we approve those.
I'll second that.
Been moved by Wes, seconded by Steve. Any other discussion? All in favor? Motion passes 4-0.
I recommend the approval of purchasing a combi oven, combination oven for the high school cafeteria from,
Yeah.
Don't say it out loud.
Who does that? Oh, my goodness.
Hey, I move we approve that purchase from Tinkles.
yeah.
I will second.
Must be somebody's nickname.
Yeah, evidently.
Providing that with the tingles.
All righty.
Probably a last name, and they probably giggled then too. I don't know.
It's been moved by Steve, seconded by Wes. Any other pleasant discussion? All in favor? Motion passes 4-0.
All right, last but not least, as we've done in the past, we have put in a waiver for professional development, and/or if we miss a couple days within the school year, that we're able to be a little bit more flexible with those. I will tell you that I put in for a waiver for our April 4th day as well. Obviously, with everything that was going on, they approved that immediately. So that was just something that was on the side for one day, and obviously the event that took place. So that is approved. So people have asked, do we need to make up another day now? The digital learning day actually gave us a cushion. We're fine with the waiver of the day that we didn't have power within our community. So we're still kind of one ahead. So right now, our last day will still be, I believe it's May 26th, if I'm not mistaken. But all that being said, this is for the 25-26 school year. Very similar to this year's waiver that's been discussed over and over and over again with Georgia Watson from the State Department of Ed. My understanding is when they approve the waiver this year, likely it's going to be for 3 years. So hopefully we won't have to come to the table every year and do that. It'll just be the new norm. So you'll see that in there. If you could sign that in the red folder tonight, I'm actually going to upload that tonight and send that off to them. We just needed the board resolution for that.
I move we approve that waiver as presented for next year.
Second.
Moved by Steve, second by Kevin. Any other discussion? All in favor? Motion passes 4-0.
May 23rd.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I was gonna
26
say,
looks a
that's
little
what I
late.
thought there, Nate.
So is, what is it, Memorial, or
It's Friday
Memorial Day
before
is the
Memorial
26th.
Day, right?
Memorial Day is the 26th. Yeah, sorry. 23rd, last day.
All right, superintendent report.
All right, continuous improvements. The maintenance crew has been pretty busy here lately. We've talked about a lot of these things, but now they are installed and prepared for service. So handrails have been added to the Triton Elementary bleachers for the safety of our patrons and whoever else is attending games or events there. The fire alarm system at the high school has been consolidated. We had 2 different systems. When we added the TAC, we were working on 2 systems, and if the high school was doing a fire drill, it was pretty nerve-wracking to say what order do we need to do this in. So that has been updated. As of this weekend, new blinds have been installed in all instructional areas, all classrooms, and my understanding is people are pretty happy with those. So the old blinds are gone and the new ones are in. Triton Elementary roof replacement will begin in just a couple of weeks. Representatives Devin Shively from Morris Roofing will be on campus this week to begin to discuss the scope and sequence of removal and replacement of that roof. Obviously, we're maneuvering around summer school and just events that are happening there, so we're going to get a game plan for that. The insurance assessor was on our campus on Friday to assess the damage from the tornado and begin to plan for replacement of many of the compromised items on the south end of campus. A lot of people have asked us, how was damage at the school, and honestly, we can say the buildings, there was none.
Yeah.
But there will be probably close to $250,000 of damage with fences and bleachers and high jump, mats, and so it all adds up. We don't know what that total number is yet, but in the end, just by adding it up with the things that we've purchased in the last few years, it'll be a significant number. But in the end, like all things, we can replace, right?
Yeah.
And so we're still able to have school and all that. So instructional areas, we've been very blessed there. Shared leadership. I just want to highlight the Triton Student Life Foundation had their Comedy for a Cause event on April 5th. The Shining Stars, if anybody had the opportunity to watch them, they were great. Our sneak peek into the Addams Family left people wanting more. David Dean, I think he's hilarious. I think he's hilarious, and so he did a good job. I heard you laughing all night, so.
I don't know if I cried, but I was laughing.
Proceeds, just to remind everybody, proceeds from this event will go to meet purposes of the Triton Student Life Foundation, and that is to enhance the life of students while they walk our halls. Projects funded this year, if you recall last year, we had the gala, which raised approximately $75,000 for this cause. Projects funded this year include, but are not limited to, drones for our robotics and engineering project Lead the Way classrooms, paid for portions of the script for the Addams Family. They replaced several nonfictions book for the elementary library. Money will go to fund the CTE awards that are coming up, the academic awards banquet, and the scholarship banquet that will be coming up for our students. Partial reimbursement for the Leadership Marshall County Emerge class. Triton Dream Day, Triton Gives Back t-shirts of gift cards for teaching staff to use for their classrooms, Trojan Pride t-shirts for students and staff, and the list continues to go on due to our community's generosity in those efforts. So it's been interesting process starting that up, but I think it's been good for our community and just given opportunities to get engaged there. Social responsibility, the definition of this, and we ensure that we are good partners within our community and that our students and employees support local individuals and organizations. We demonstrate wise stewardship of public resources and ensure our graduates are ready to shoulder their civic responsibilities. So the last sentence probably doesn't apply to this, but I think it would go without, we just need to thank the Bourbon community, right? They have shown up and shown out over the last couple weeks in just a difficult time. I tell you what, we were in the spotlight, and I feel like we just showed them what we're all about. So I sometimes I don't like the Bourbon Community Cares page, and I've said that very publicly, but I truly believe that the Bourbon community certainly does care for one another. So I want to thank, and I'm going to leave somebody off this list, which means I probably shouldn't even list people, but I think there's some very integral people that did a lot for the community in those days, whether that was attending to individuals impacted by the tornado or the fire that ensued literally the day after. So our town of Bourbon, the Bourbon, Tippecanoe, Etna Green, Bremen fire departments just showed up big time. I'm sure there was other fire departments there and I didn't necessarily see them. The Bourbon Police Department, Indiana State Police, and all the first responders, their assistance with our community's safety and cleanup. I want to thank Reese Weil, a guy that I never knew before, showed up literally within hours after the tornado. He is the president and founder of Operation Lend a Hand for selflessly helping us set up a community resource center within hours of the storm passing through. So that's really how we kind of got Door 5 up and running for resources. Appreciation goes out to Bread of Life Food Pantry, Red Cross, Homeland Security. Bob Byers actually runs some vending machines in the high school, so I mean, we've seen the guy's card, but really haven't interacted with him. He is the one that just outfitted us with water to go around, so that was integral, so thank you, Bob, and obviously a thank you will go out to him individually. And a huge load of our community members for loving and caring for their neighbors by helping pick up, donating food, or by lending an encouraging word. Thank you to our softball and baseball teams, joining forces with the Tippecanoe Valley baseball team to help pick up the baseball and softball fields. Thank you to the community for their generous donations to the Door 5 Community Resource Center collection that blessed many families, some of which were hit the hardest by the tornadoes. So thank you, Nate and Rick and Tom. All kind of took sections of those, or just took time periods to just be there if people walked in and needed some resources. So it was good to see some of those that we knew well and that they were able to come and use that as a resource. High expectations. Since we last met, each of our Triton varsity basketball players have all received either all conference recognition or Pilot News all area high school boys basketball team. Congratulations to Dante Workman on the first team, Gage Riffle, Tanner Whithoyo on second team, Julian Swanson, Landon Patrick on the third team. Brady Wood received Freshman of the Year honors, and Coach Grove received All Area Coach of the Year. So well deserved by all of those individuals. Alignment and evidence-based decision making. We are in the process of getting ready to adopt the Triton K through 12. Teachers have agreed to implement the Smeckens Playbook from Smeckens Education as our adopted reading series. A comprehensive dive into what curriculum would be best for our students has taken place. It's been a long process. There's been a lot of red flags along the way with different titles and stuff like this. So it caused our committee to pause and continue to look for what we felt was best to prepare our students for the future. After much deliberation, researching, reviewing, asking other districts about the curriculum being discussed, it has been decided that this will be best meet the needs of our students and need for increased growth and achievement over the next few years. So I want to thank Melissa LaSure. Christine was part of that. The textbook committee spent a lot of time, our teachers obviously spent a lot of time utilizing some of those resources in their classrooms to see what they were comfortable with, and that is where we are headed with textbook adoption. So, I'd be glad to take any questions about any of those items or anything that I may have missed in what has been an exciting few weeks since our last board meeting.
Thank you. Seeing no patrons' comments or patrons present, we will move on to building reports.
All right. Last week, our sixth graders were invited by the junior high to join them for their Steered Straight presentation. So we appreciate Mr. McCann and everyone over there inviting us, making them part of that. I feel like the more that we can empower our students with education and knowledge and tools for helping them navigate life's challenges is going to be helpful to them. So we appreciate them and inviting us to that. Along that same note, Officer Steve Watkins and Officer Carl Amsden have been working with our fifth graders with DARE this year. They're nearing the end of their time together. The essays are getting started. They will be chosen soon, and May 5th, I believe, we're going to have our graduation for that. So thanks to them for putting that together and for fifth grade teachers allowing that time for them to do that. As Mr. Riffle mentioned, that the reading team adoption committee has reached a decision. It was not unanimous at the elementary anyway, and so, but it is a consensus, and I think everybody will be moving forward next year. It's going to mean some work really on 1 to 2 years to get all that ready, because a lot of that has to be created, a lot of things selected on our own. So it's going to be daunting in some ways, but it's also exciting for some people to be able to create some of that on their own and make choices about how they're going to, what the resources that they're going to use to teach those skills and the training that goes with it. And I think they'll be able to make it their own, and it's going to be a good thing for our students. I'd like to congratulate Weston Stewart, kindergartner, who represented Triton in the Young Authors Conference that was put on by the Marshall County Reading Council. I'm sorry, I said kindergarten. First grader, thank you. And I have a super nice picture of him and the author, Kim Howard. And so we just appreciate them and hope that that will also interest, I guess, other students in authoring and writing, because we know we definitely have those students here in our midst. Last week we held our kindergarten enrollment. We had about 53 students that are committed to Triton starting August 6th. Some of them were ready to come the next day, and others were a little more reluctant, but we were glad to see all of them. It was great to see all of them come in, had a really good turnout. Hopefully we'll hear from more of those before and during July's registration. We started iLearn today at grades 3, 4, 5, and 6. There are many moving parts to this, as you know, and I'd like to thank Melissa LaShore for her efforts in just coordinating, training all of the test administrators to give those assessments, making sure that we have all the materials that we need, and also scheduling everybody to get this done. We have a lot of students who test as a whole group, students who test in small groups, students who have individual testing and individual accommodations. So there are a lot of moving parts, and I appreciate everyone who's taking part in that. Tomorrow after school, 4 to 6, we'll have our preschool enrollment night for next year. So we have 20 spots that are available. I think we already have some applications already in, but we're looking forward to seeing some new students there tomorrow evening. Summer school invitations have gone out, and also new curriculum has been purchased that aligns better with the science of reading per the IDOE guidelines. We will be doing on May 12th and 13th, I believe, we're going to be doing another retake of I Read 3 for some students who were very close, have another chance to pass. And then at the end of summer school, the week of June 16th, we will be having another opportunity for a retest. So they get 2 more opportunities. We also this week have our fun fair coming up on Thursday, 5:30 to 8 in the elementary. We have lots of study trips and end-of-year recognition scheduled throughout May. It's going to be a
a great time. Field day being May 22nd, Thursday. I think that's about it.
Thank you.
Okay, for the junior, senior high school, first I want to recognize Ben Firestone, who earned his Eagle Scout honor or award. I'm not exactly sure how to say that, but he's an Eagle Scout, so just wanted to make sure we recognize him for that accomplishment tonight. On April 8th, we had our senior meeting, and that's something we try and do every year as we get to this time of year, and we talk to all of our seniors and just talk about expectations and let them know that even though they're close, they haven't graduated yet, and just talk about all the different activities they're going to be gearing up for here in the last month and a half or so. But have a really good group of seniors, and going to miss them, but we're not there yet, so got a little time with them left. On April 10th, we had Scared Straight speaker Michael De Leon, and I know you guys have heard a little bit about that, but he just talked with our students about setting goals, making good decisions, and he was well received by our students and our staff. I believe it's Thursday, April 24th. Mr. Riffle and I, we're going to attend the Indiana Academic All-Star Banquet, and we're going to attend that with Caden Large and his family. He's being recognized as an Indiana Academic All-Star, so looking forward to that event. Today we had a signing event for Cameron Immenacker, who's going to be working with Keystone Cooperative. So just like we do students that are looking to go straight into the, or going to college, maybe to play a sport, we want to also make sure we recognize those students that know what they want to do, and they've lined up their career path, and recognize them just the same. And Cameron has got a passion, and he's moving forward with it, and we wanted to make sure we recognize that. As Ms. Cook had mentioned, iLearn started today, but for the junior, senior high school, it actually starts tomorrow. That's going to be going for a little over the next 2 weeks. So it's a big time for us, and I think our students and staff are ready. We have a CTE banquet on Wednesday, April 16th, this Wednesday. We have a talent show on Friday, April 18th, and that's something we've already had scheduled. We actually moved it from when the tornado came in. We just thought it was best to go ahead and postpone that, so we moved it to this Friday. Prom this Saturday, April 19th. We have an academic awards banquet on Wednesday, April 23rd. And then I know Mr. Riffle mentioned this, but the Adams family, we got a sneak peek of that the other night. And that is going to be May 9th at 7 o'clock and May 10th, 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock. So looking forward to that event. And that's all I have, unless you guys have questions.
If there's no other business, we'll move to adjourn at 7:27.